Bro, how are you in this controversy as a grown man, brother? What are you doing? You can't let your wick do the talking.
Dream has now found himself in pretty much the most serious drama that I think he's ever experienced. At least it's the most serious one that I've ever seen. Now, there's been ridiculous stuff about like him using a Native American song. It was like a trap remix, and people got mad about that. Who really cares about that in the long term? I could understand like if you were offended like in the minute, but like nobody's thinking about that now. But this is actual criminal implications if some of this stuff is to be believed. So there's been some grooming allegations dropped, which you probably know from the title of this video, and there's only one that's really even worth talking about. There's been some talk of multiple victims coming out, but I've only been able to find one consistent like thread of people talking about one specific person whose name is Amanda. So here's a statement that they put out, and I'm going to read it to you. Here's my evidence. I was 17. He sent me a picture of his pee and a money shot pic to me. He told me that he has a chest full of toys. I didn't save the messages on Snap because I wanted him to trust me because he was my favorite YouTuber sexting me, which is exactly what groomers do. Now, there's two videos that go along with this tweet. The first one being what you're seeing right now, just a good amount of Instagram messages. The most important one was the Snapchat name, and we're going to get into that in a minute. But as you can see, that is the official account. Now, when we move over to the video of the Snapchat messages, we can see it's the same username, so it was definitely him. So yeah, he's flirting in a lot of these messages. She was apparently 17, he was like 20, which is a weird age gap. I don't think that he's a creep or a predator necessarily, but it is like a weird age gap. It's definitely an eye-raising age gap. It's not something that I think is super okay. And he has this like pick of the litter. I don't know why he's going after a 17-year-old girl, but it is what it is. Now, Amanda did come out and drop a TikTok video, basically where she just confirmed that it was her that was making these allegations.
This video, but I'm Amanda, and you might know me as one of the girls that was groomed by Dream. I do not blame anyone for not believing me. I wouldn't believe it either. I was a Dream stan.
Now, of course, as most people do when they get accused of things like this, Dream put out a statement in a TwitLonger and in tweets. So I'm gonna read the tweets and a little bit of the TwitLonger because the TwitLonger is really living up to its name. Jeez, but let's start out with the tweets. Wake up to people making disgusting false allegations for the millionth time. I'm going to enjoy my last couple days in LA and not let people try and ruin it. My heart goes out to actual victims who get questioned in their hardest moments because of stuff like this. F you if you abuse concern around horrible real issues out of spite. It's sad to see the trend that whenever there's something big going on for me or friends of mine, people try to use those moments to spread negativity and lies. Hopefully everyone's day isn't ruined. So I don't think that he's grooming. I don't think he's a groomer, like I've already said. I do think it's a little weird what he was doing. Like, I'm pretty sure pretty much anyone would agree. Like, maybe you're kind of overstepping a boundary there. It's not the best idea, especially when you're a Dream, to text somebody who's a fan, especially when they're underage. Just stupid. Pure stupidity. All right. It's just clearly he's not like making the best decisions, right? Because if he was, he wouldn't have even considered this. Okay. Also, I do want to add that this is actually his backup alt account that isn't like public. These are privated. You really can't see them unless you're like following him for a certain amount of time, I believe. So that's the reason there isn't like a verified check and the @ is Dream Secret Club instead of whatever his actual thing is. Now, he also put out a TwitLonger. I'm only going to read one paragraph because again, it is very long. So yesterday, a thread was posted that had screenshots of Twitter DMs from me from 2020. I believe these DMs are real. In these DMs, there were no inappropriate comments whatsoever. It was just friendly conversation. In these screenshots, them being 18 years old is mentioned in their bio, and I also very clearly asked them for their age. I did not act inappropriately with this person, and any attempt to equate these messages to grooming is not only disgusting, but it is insulting to victims who actually experience grooming and still have trauma as a result. So we've all already been over how it's pretty much, unless she's pulling off something absolutely crazy, it's pretty much confirmed that those DMs are real, and that's something that he actually sent. I didn't see the mention of them being 18 anywhere. She said she was 17. There's been other tweets of her saying like, oh, I changed my age. I was actually born in 2004. I almost said 2014. And my actual age is 17. So she's been consistently claiming that she's been 17 or was 17 around the time that she was contacted by Dream. So this is just a really sticky situation. Like, no matter how you look at it, like, obviously Dream wasn't, operating at full capacity to be messaging with a fan like this, but like at the same time to act like he's this horrible groomer that you finally caught is just insane. Now, if you look at my Twitter, there is a tweet that I liked about when you finally see someone get actually called out for something bad that they did when you've always disliked them or something like that. And yeah, I haven't always, had the biggest love for Dream. I think I've talked about like the bad stuff he does and the parasocial relationships he's formed, which has led to movements like #SupportDream, where people say, oh, even if he is a groomer, I'll still support him. Which, I mean, is a good thing for him, He'll still always have a fan base, which, I mean, we've seen from EDP. Even if you do the most egregious stuff, there'll still be people like, hey man, we don't know the full story. Come on, dude. And even if they do know the full story, they're like, bro, it's cool. It's cool, bro. Just don't even worry about it. It's not even that big of a deal. Like, it's just so ridiculous to me. Now, there was this tweet that came out. I do want to show it to you. This guy pointing out all the things wrong with the TwitLonger that Dream put out. My favorite part is where it says, I'm trying to get truthful information out there, and it's circled, and below it, it says lie. It's funny. I can understand, like, the point of this, like, but anybody with, like, moderate reading comprehension, it could point out, like, some of the problems in this. This is not required, and it feels bad. I don't know, maybe because, like, I'm into commentary. I would just prefer, like, a segment where you read a paragraph, you talk about what's wrong with it, and then you read the next paragraph, talk what that's wrong with it. Because, I mean, this person clearly has a lot of time. This isn't hard. I've said it 1,000 times, and I'll say it for the 1,001st time. It's not that hard. But hey, if this person wants to do it this way, it is what it is. But it does look a little wild. It's like that board from, I think it's Always Sunny. I haven't actually seen the show, but I'm sure you all know the picture where that guy's standing there. He has these crazy eyes, and he has everything connected. It's like one of the biggest memes ever. I know you know what I'm talking about. But it just gives off that energy. Just like, you guys have to see it. I see it. How come you don't? It's all it's wild. Oh, before I go, I do want to say thank you all for helping me hit 300. We're at like 309 right now. So thank you all so much. I really and truly appreciate it. Like, you guys don't even know. Like, I know people say that a lot, and it does sound corny. Even as I said it, it sounded corny. But, like, I really do appreciate it. And end things off here because there's really not anything else to say. I'm really curious as to whether or not there will be more evidence around Dream dropping throughout the next couple of days. But we'll have to see. So, thank you all for watching. Goodbye.